Well, we should get the gardener in to mow it.
That looks like in Ibiza. There's places like that.
Yeah. So if you took that,
Yeah. You wouldn't think.
you would think you're abroad.
Yeah.
Greece, somewhere like that.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what
Party time. That one. That works really well actually because it comes around behind you.
Well, tell me when you're ready.
Good now. Go for it.
Oh God!
You're right now. Get in there, quick.
Do you want some more?
No, it's good. It's still floating around.
All right.
It's still floating. It's still just. I think it just hangs about. That's cool from behind actually. Oh wow! It's all come below me. Wow. But
It smells like cherry bakewells.
so guys, you can see here, cropped in and cropped out. Obviously, are you losing a couple of bits at the top and the bottom due to the 16:9 crop? Really lovely day. Again, like I said in the first video, Nick had his drone as well, which is really cool considering I sold mine last year. But it just allows us to see some of the location where we were. Turns out, watching some other videos actually from other drone pilots and other photographers in this area, there's a lot more of these caves or caverns, or whatever you want to call them, and other quarrying areas as well that would be really cool to go and actually have a look at, amongst other things as well, down in that area. So I definitely think I'm going to go back down there, possibly with Nick and Charlene again. Would be nice, but something to look at next year, 2022 hopefully. But it's such a stunning place and just a bit unique. And as I said, in 2021 I think they were filming the new Star Wars TV series for Disney down here. It's part of the thing. Back in, I think it was two possible times they used it for Doctor Who. If you have a quick Google and look at Winspit Doctor Who, it will pop up with the different shows or whatever which Doctor Who was in, and they actually landed here with the TARDIS and everything. I suppose because it just looks out of the ordinary. As you can see here, Nick messing around with the drone and just giving us another unique look down. Charlene gets into these crazy poses. I'm like, how the hell do you even do that? And then obviously next minute she's got to release and then try and stand up without falling over. So it does look quite funny sometimes. Another shot here. It was really windy actually. Really windy, but he was brave enough to take the drone up, which was good of him. Got some really cool shots. Here's some shots of Charlene doing some crazy manoeuvres. There's no way I could ever even try to do anything like that. You can see the camera settings on the left hand side down the bottom, just to help anybody who might be interested. The light was changing a lot. As you'll see, some of the shutter speeds are changing quite a bit. ISO generally locked roughly at ISO 100 because the light was good, and wide open just to lose that background on the 135G Master as well. Later on in the video, Nick's using his A1 with either an 85 or his 35 or these 135G Master as well. Well, whichever, yeah, both. That's nice. That is so nice. What's really nice with Charlene is she's very experienced as a model as well as a dancer and acrobatics and stuff like that, so you don't really need to instruct her too often unless you've got some really good ideas. If not, she just moves around and does her own thing really nicely, so it makes our job as photographers very easy. Her bubbly personality as well, and it's just a good laugh. It's really good. As you can see, the settings are down the left hand side again. The light, the location, everything was fantastic, as I keep saying. But unfortunately, as the day moved on, the weather deteriorated. So you'll notice some of the shutter speeds at certain times will be quite low due to either cloud coverage or it's starting to rain and stuff like that. So it was, the light was changing, like I say, quite a bit. It was, it was challenging in some respects. As you can see, here comes the cloud moving in. So up here and then perch your bum. Well, it doesn't matter for cheap stuff. It doesn't matter, does it?
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day. So just be careful. Hope it's not rickety. You're going to sit astride it.
Yeah.
I wonder what that was for then. That's like literally a little. This is a building of some sort, wasn't it? There's another dead bird over there.
I'm not looking.
It's the birds.
Ready? Get a catch. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a bit of a difference here.
Yes.
You're above and you've thrown it. Now.
Got to go back a little bit.
Yeah, the 135. Huh? No. I'll shoot it through the window. But it doesn't work all that amazingly, sadly. But I think this will, coming from this angle, looking that way. Yeah, because you can see the arch. Don't like the big black clouds. Oh, the rain coming on my head. Yeah, the light was starting to change quite quickly. Rain starting to dribble down out of the sky. These two shots here, one of my favourite couple actually. Just the way they look, the shapes and everything. It's quite cool. We then moved, as the rain was starting to piddle around, we then moved into one of the caves. This one here is massive. Really cool. As you can see here, lots of pillars, lots of wide angles. These are shot on my phone, so obviously excuse the noise and stuff, because yeah, it is what it is with those. But here are a few shots shot in the cave and more settings down the left hand side. So I was using either the 135G Master, the 50mm Art from Sigma, or the Samyang 35mm f1.4 as well. All really good lenses, really sharp. On the A7R4, never a problem. This was interesting for the focusing though. No eye autofocus, because literally shooting straight into a silhouette as such, but it still worked. Nick doing his vaping trick. And here's a few shots as a burst, so you can kind of see just on high, not on high plus. It was also then time to make a decision, do we go, which we did, but then we kind of got distracted on the way back up. So we've just walked off the path just to go up and have a look up over the top, and we saw this little path that goes in here. So we've come to have a little nose. And it's obviously some big caves. Well, there's one open actually a little bit anyway, but these have got bolted. Holy shit. Yeah. That's pretty big, isn't it?
That's quite recent as well, that they closed it up.
Yeah, stop people going in.
There's a bat in there flying around.
Oh, maybe that's why then. Maybe
There's something flying around in there.
Protected. So when I went to Dunkirk, there's the old bunkers there, and they've got bats in them. They've actually cut out sheet steel with a bat sign, so the bats come through then.
Right.
Really cool.
But
Yeah.
There's definitely something flying in there, and there's a note over there on the wall. If you can see it, there's something there, a sign. Yeah, just there.
Don't know. Can't read it on the phone. Yeah, don't know. Oh well, nice little find. Oh well. I just looked at it and I thought,
Looks like they wedged that bit of wood up
Ooh.
there, maybe because it's going to collapse.
maybe.
They're supporting it up.
And the bricks are there, rocks there as well.
Yeah, they don't look very stable.
No. But loads of this stuff are everywhere. So. Right, let's have a quick nose over the top of that hill. See what the view's like. out of the little hidden pathway. It's like walking through the jungle. Love about this time of year, you've got all the blackberries everywhere, so you can have a little bit of lunch on the way. Nick and I had a wander up those steep steps. Actually, that's coming back down, but they were pretty horrible to go up. They were those sort of 1.5 steps that really put you off. To get this view, just thought I would have a quick look over the hill. And as you can see down to the right hand side there, we left Charlene just chilling. Yeah, so this was, well, me still carrying the bag, being the old gentleman. Nick and I swapping every now and again. And once we got to tarmac, we let her take back over and put the wheels down. Actually, I forgot it had that, but it was so rough, the path, obviously on the way down and up, further down the rickety path, it was no good a suitcase like that. But this village is absolutely stunning. It's a lovely little place, really quiet. But what we had to do was obviously make sure we visited the local pub, which had these. Had a museum attached to it. So if you're ever in that area and you want to have a little look around, but all the history of the sort of fossils and dinosaurs on the Jurassic Coast and everything, it's this tiny little museum attached to the pub, which is really cool. And then we found the old local water pump from the well, obviously disconnected, so it doesn't pump anymore. But off we went again, further up the hill. Still a red phone box, which was kind of cool. I think it was still in use as well, which is very rare today. But as you can see, the weather now is very cloudy, and it was literally spitting. So we didn't really know how much rain we were actually going to get. It was one of those moments of, do we risk being soaked or not? And to be honest, you know, it had been a really good day already, so we just thought, you know, let's go now before it does get worse and worse. And there's a little village pond, which is pretty cool. And a little interesting sign. So if you want to pause this, you might be able to zoom in and have a little read. It just talks to you about the local area and anything like that. But if not, you can just search for the place there, the location. So really, really cool. There's a village car park as well, which you can, I think it's £2 for the whole day or something like that. I can't remember what we paid. Here's us at the pub, me looking straight into the sun, so not ideal. And they had all these massive, huge rock tables. They were absolutely amazing. And then we met Dave, the local, I think he's an old English sheepdog, which is really cool. And just to sort of finish the video off, here are some of Nick's photos from the A1. So the Sony A1, he had the 85mm, the 135mm, and the 35mm as well. So yeah, really, really good shots. You know, I just said to Nick, would you mind if you wanted to? Don't have to, but if you want to submit a few pictures, I can put them into the video just so other people could see what you've been up to. I really like this one because it's amazing how we get carried away doing our own thing, and then you don't know that someone else is photographing at a completely different angle, and it's really nice to see that, you know, Nick's got some completely different ideas that I had. Obviously, a lot of them were very similar because we were shooting side by side or whatever. And on the way home, I stopped literally just at the top of the hill. You can see Corfe Castle. It's 2 miles away. I've just had a look on Google Maps, and it's just a really, really cool shot from a long way away. That's cropped in heavily, and then obviously backs out a little bit there, but it's still cropped in somewhat from 135. But yeah, really, really good day. It was really lovely to see Charlene again and Nick, because they both live not that far away from each other. It's just a nice drive down. So don't forget to click the subscribe button, little notification bell as well. If you've got any questions about the Sony A1, the A7R4, the A7R4A, and any other Sony cameras, obviously the RX10 you obviously know that I use quite a bit, feel free to leave a comment below. I'll happily try and do my best to help anybody who's in need as such. And yeah, look around at the other videos I've done as well, and please share the channel. Thank you. See you soon.